Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. Happy 4th of July to every one of you out there. Hopefully you're having a great day off. Hopefully you're being safe. And most of all, hopefully you're having fun. But I got a bunch of cool games to show you guys. So let's check out these pickups. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to show you is some stuff my buddy Dan from my local GameStop hooked me up with. I just want to say thanks again, Dan. He's a really good friend of mine and he's always hooking me up with just amazing stuff. So first off, I got this guy right here for MLB the Show, a great sports game for the PlayStation exclusively. So pretty awesome stuff. Now the next one is a small game called Animal Crossing. Absolutely awesome looking. I just love these big posters or displays or whatever you want to call them. These things are absolutely awesome and I just can't thank Dan enough for hooking me up with these. And the last one of them I got is my absolute favorite one out of these three. And this one is amazing. Resident Evil 3. That looks killer with the Nemesis on the top. Absolutely amazing stuff. Just so cool. I absolutely love this one. And you can probably see why. Nemesis just looks horrifying in this game. And I had a blast playing Resident Evil 3. Even though it was short, that didn't matter to me. I had a really good time playing that game. Okay, so moving on to some of my other stuff. First off, I got something I can't believe that I haven't had this till now. This is for the Wii U, and that is a Pro Controller. Oh my goodness, this was long overdue. Now, if you have a Wii U and you play any longer games, let's just say Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess HD, or Wind Waker HD, those games take a long time to play them. And when you play with the gamepad, which a lot of the games want you to use that gamepad with the screen, that thing dies pretty quick. Let's just say you get 4 hours out of it. Now, if you're playing a Zelda game and it's on a weekend and you have off of work, you might want to put 8 hours into it because it might be your only time to really play. And you don't want to have to sit there and have to charge things and have stuff plugged in. So this is definitely something that was super long overdue. I can't believe I didn't have this until now. But when I seen these ones, I seen 2 of them hanging behind my buddy Dan at GameStop. I had to pick one of these up. This thing is in absolutely remarkable condition. They are fingerprint magnets. Oh my goodness, do they pick up fingerprints because they're shiny. But this thing is in amazing condition and I had to pick one of these up. So definitely looking forward to playing longer Wii U games, and not having to worry about charging the controller constantly because the batteries on these things last like crazy. Just like a Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, the battery in that thing lasts quite a long time. So pretty awesome, that I finally got one of these. I'm very happy with this pickup, let me tell you. All right, so the next first game that I got is one that is for the Nintendo 3DS. I love the 3DS, still collect for it, and this is Fire Emblem Warriors. Now, this is a game that I do have on the Nintendo Switch. I do like these warrior, games. I like to hack and slash sometimes. I enjoy playing these. Like, I love Hyrule Warriors. That game is a ton of fun. But I, been eyeing this game up for a while and I seen a complete copy and I just had to pick it up. So, here we go. Fire Emblem Warriors for the 3DS, a complete copy from GameStop in absolutely great shape and not too expensive. I believe this was $19.99 used. Fire Emblem games definitely hold their value and, in some cases just go up in price. So, happy to finally have Fire Emblems, for the 3DS. Fire Emblem Warriors. And now I got some PlayStation 4 titles. I got 2 of them. The first one was a game that's been out, I want to say since about 2006 maybe, on the original Wii, and it has been ported to a bunch of different consoles. I wish we got a US release of this for the Nintendo Switch, but unfortunately I believe it's just like an overseas version that they put out. I do plan on eventually getting that, but for now I got Okami HD. This is a game I've been keeping an eye on for a long time. Always wanted to play it, I just never got it. So I finally, I was watching some gameplay and I was like, man, I have got to pick this game up. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. A lot of you guys are already way familiar with this game. I mean, like I said, it's been ported to a lot. This is on many systems, so I am glad to finally own a copy of this, especially an HD version, because I'm sure this looks absolutely amazing in HD. And the next game is one that I wanted to pre-order, but I couldn't remember what game I wanted to pre-order. And, this is something that people were kind of disappointed when this first was announced because they wanted it to be a regular PlayStation 4 game. But it is a PlayStation 4 VR game, and that is Ironman Vr. This looks awesome. Just the fact that you're Iron Man and you're just flying around in the suit and, just in that universe, I was intrigued right away. So I couldn't wait till this game came out. It seemed like it took forever from the time that they actually announced it till now, but this finally came out, so I had to pick this up. So I got really lucky. They, I believe, only had one copy that was not pre-ordered, and I was able to get it. So awesome stuff. And now jumping into some of the Nintendo Switch games that I got. I'm always looking for Nintendo Switch games that aren't common, because I do own a lot of the common ones, actually most of them that I want. So I'm always keeping an eye open for indie games or just uncommon games that you just normally don't see a lot of. And the first one is one I had never seen. So I don't know much about it except for what I kind of read off the back of the box, and that is Riot Civil Unrest. Like I said, I don't know that I ever seen this game. If I did, I just, looked past it or whatever. It's something that if I did see it, I didn't see a lot of it. It is obviously an indie game. This was a budget title. I want to say I got it pre-owned for $19.99. Show you the gameplay, what it shows on the back. Now, it looks like, you I think play as like a police patrol or whatever, and you basically try to do crowd control and stuff on these just huge hordes of people rioting or whatever. Let's see, it says, as civil crisis deepen and inequality tears the very fabric of society, the discontentment of the masses manifests itself in violent public disturbances and civil disorder. Play as the police or masses of rioters as a riot. Civil unrest places you in some of the world's most fractious disputes. So there you have it. You can either play as the police or the rioters. So pretty cool stuff. Like I said, not a game I'm very familiar with. I don't know that I've ever seen it. So I'd have to say this is, probably a more rare or uncommon game. So glad to add that to my Switch collection. And this other one is one that I didn't really hear about. My buddy Steve Craig had a video showing this in one of his pickups videos, and he figured I had it, but honestly I didn't have it. So when I seen it, I was like, man, I gotta find that. And I did wind up finally finding it at a local GameStop. I believe I can't remember. I might have got this one new. I forget how much it was. It was a budget title as well, because it is an indie game, and that is Black Future 88. And now this is a 2D, I want to say a 2D, 2D action shooter. It says you have 18 minutes to vertically climb an always evolving procedural tower. Survive the deadly traps, homicidal AI, and powerful wardens standing in your way. So there it shows some of the gameplay. So kind of, your average, pixel pixelated indie 2D kind of shooter game. So definitely looking forward to checking this out because I do really like playing these style of games. They are a lot of fun, and the Switch does have some absolutely great indie games. And the next one is one that I have heard be compared to like Monster Hunter. It was compared to Monster Hunter. I've never played any of the games in this franchise, and that is God Eater 3. So, judging by the artwork on it and on the back, it looks like it is, your anime style. It has a very anime look. And, this character on the front, he has these like big knives or sword things. And that definitely reminds me of Monster Hunter. And just by the guy fighting this beast on the front, it definitely reminds me of Monster Hunter. So I'm sure this is a very fun game. I did get this used, and I want to say it was $29 or $39.99. But regardless, I've been eyeing this up for a while, and I'm glad to add this one to my collection. And the next one is actually one that I've been wanting to get for a bit now. Actually, when it came out, I was like, figured it'd be, just a game easily to get. And, it was always kind of around. And then when I decided to get it, I just wasn't seeing it. And I've been looking for a bit now. And I just, for whatever reason, this game has been eluding me. And I finally found a copy of it at GameStop. Now, it was just like a couple of these here, one of their new copies that were open because they open their, games when they only have like one. Well, actually, I think they always open one and put it up on the shelf. So unfortunately, they only had one. It was the open copy. But nonetheless, I finally did get this game, and that is Resident Evil Triple Pack. Now, unfortunately, Konami took 2 of the games, 5 and 6, and made them a digital download. So technically, you're only getting Resident Evil 4 actually on the cartridge, which still is cool to have Resident Evil 4 on a cartridge, but it does suck that, they didn't put the other 2 on the cartridge as well, or just give you multiple cartridges, which I can't see them doing, but at least put them all on one, or at least 2 of the games. No, they give you 1 game and the rest as digital downloads. But nonetheless, just fun games. I love Resident Evil 4, an absolutely classic. I'm glad to have that on an actual cartridge at least. I really, really like 5. I always thought that was a great game, a ton of fun. 6, I don't have as much experience with. I did play it a long time ago. I don't remember having as much fun as I did with like 4 or 5 or some of the other ones in the franchise. But nonetheless, Resident Evil games are a ton of fun. So very happy to finally put this in the collection, guys. And the last Nintendo Switch game I got is one that I had pre-ordered as soon as they announced a physical copy. I went right to GameStop, pre-ordered this game, and it's about time they took this Wii U game, ported it to the Nintendo Switch, and that is the wonderful 101. This game is a bunch of fun. It's a bunch of these superheroes and you combine them. Almost reminds me of Pikmin in a way, how you have all these like characters that you kind of control and you basically use them, turn them into weapons like a fist or a sword. And there's also like puzzle kind of elements using this mechanic. But definitely a lot of fun. A game that's no shock that it kind of came from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch. This game was definitely underrated for sure. It was actually I think a Kickstarter to get this game even on there. So pretty awesome stuff. I'm glad to own this. This actually just came out, and it also came out for the PlayStation 4. I may eventually buy the PlayStation 4 copy of this as well, just because I'd like to check this game out in just locked like 1080p, at a smooth, steady frame rate, which, the Switch version may be at some points a little bit of an upgrade to the Wii U game, but I did watch a Digital Foundry analysis on it, and it seemed like the PlayStation 4 version was really the superior version. But nonetheless, I had to pick this game up because it is a great game. Definitely a hidden gem for sure. And the last two games that I got were both PSP games. Now, if you watched my last pickups video, I had got a PSP finally. I had some games for it already because I had been picking them up at the thrift store, getting them for real cheap, mostly a lot of sports titles and stuff. But nonetheless, I started, getting some games for the PSP because I did plan on getting one. And I finally found one for a great price. I picked it up, came with some awesome games as well, but there was games that I had to get right away. I ordered 3 of them. Unfortunately, only 2 of them came in time for this video. So, I can't show you obviously the 3rd one yet. That'll be in the next pickup video, but I can show you 2 out of the 3. And as far as I'm concerned, these are some of the best games on the PSP and absolutely must-own games. The first one I had to pick up is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Absolutely awesome. Currently, this is, I believe, the only way to play this game unless you emulate it or something on PC. But I mean, I don't believe there's a a download for this on the PlayStation Network. I know it's not on the the PlayStation Vita. You cannot get this because believe me, I tried because I wanted to play this on there. So pretty much the only way to play this is PSP. That's the only console that it ever came out on. But I am finally happy that I do have a physical version of this game. So now I can enjoy this game for the first time that I'm actually going to be able to play through it. So pretty excited, and I had to own this. And the next one is one I had to have physically. Now this and the other game I do already have downloaded on my PlayStation Vita. I absolutely love these games. I can't wait to show you guys the other one. But this is just an absolutely must-have, and that is Castlevania the Dracula X Collection. This has Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night on it. I believe you have to beat Rondo of Blood to unlock Symphony of the Night. And the difference of Rondo of Blood on here is that it is done in all 3D. So it was made, I believe, from the ground up, specifically for the PSP, and is, this version is, was made for this console. And it looks great on this system. It is a ton of fun to play. I mean, it's Castlevania, Rondo of Blood. It's just a blast. I do really like the 3D. I do like the game in 2D as well. I mean, it's just an awesome game. But to have, just a different way to play it is interesting and a lot of fun. So I had to pick this up. This, I want to say, was probably the most expensive out of all of them, and for good reasons. It is a Castlevania game. So, if you guys don't have this and you're expecting to pick this up, definitely, you're going to be paying a little bit more than a lot of other PSP games to get a copy of this, especially in good shape and complete, because, these are complete copies. This and Crisis Core, because I had to just get a complete copy. Now there is another version of this that basically has a metal look to it, and I'm not sure if that version only came with the collector's edition that had like a special PSP, but it is out there, and that one I believe is quite a bit more. But I didn't, I didn't have to pay an outrageous price for this. It was definitely, not the cheapest, but I've seen high prices for this game. Actually, both of these, and I got pretty good deals on them, so I was pretty happy about that. But yeah, guys, those are my pickups, for this first week of July. Like I said, I got a lot of awesome stuff coming here in the next week. I can't wait to show you guys because, man, there's some really cool stuff coming. And I am excited to get it, but, I just want to say again, happy 4th of July, everybody. Have fun and be safe out there. But if you enjoyed the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. I try to put gaming content out like this as much as I can. But that's the video. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one, guys.